Today we are attempting to hike Algonquin Peak, elevation 5,115 feet, located in the High Peaks area of Adirondack Park in New York State. Starting from the Adirondack Loj, taking the Van Hoevenberg Trail, 0.9 miles to the McIntyre Range Trail, then taking that to the summit of Algonquin. May or may not tag right and or Iroquois boundary as well. If successful, Algonquin will be my 6th Adirondack high peak, and if I hike this, I'll hike every mountain in the northeastern USA over 5,000 feet in elevation. As you can tell, it is stupidly crowded. Last time I was here 6 years ago in 2011, before Tropical Storm Irene, parked right in the lot, and didn't have to walk any of this crap. The crowd was like maybe 1/20th of this, even though it was a weekday, it was summer, it was nice. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, we'll see how this goes. Alright, we're now at the lodge. Adirondack Loj is right there. I don't think I got actual footage of it the first time I came here in 2011. Van Hoevenberg Trailhead is right here. We're going to hike 0.9 miles on this, then the remainder 3.1 on the McIntyre Range Trail to Algonquin. I'm going to sign in, then meet you further along the Van Hoevenberg Trail. So far on this part of the Van Hoevenberg Trail, it's really low maintained and the footing is actually pretty good. Makes some of the White Mountain trails look like a straight up rock climb, or rock hop. But once you get further with Algonquin, there'll be some tricky stuff involved. Hope it won't be too bad considering the trail is very wet. Gotta hope it clears. A little bit of boardwalking right here, and out that way I saw a mountain. Don't know if it's Algonquin, but it has snow on it, so this is going to be a winter-like hike, even though it's still technically September. It's supposed to warm up later in the week though, so this is kind of the exception rather than the norm. Alright, as we pass this sign, we are entering the High Peaks Wilderness. Dogs must be leased, snowshoe, ski, camping rules apply. Shouldn't be terribly far to the Algonquin Junction now. Now we pass the High Peaks Wilderness boundary. Should be pretty much almost there. Assuming nothing interesting happens, I'll meet you at that junction. We've reached the junction. That way, staying on the Van Hoevenberg Trail, will take you over toward Marcy Dam, Adirondack Lake, and ultimately the highest point in New York, Mount Marcy. If you want to stay this way though, take this trail 3 miles to the summit of Algonquin Peak, which is also the second highest mountain in New York, and one of 2 5Ks in New York in the Adirondacks. So 3 miles to Algonquin, let's do this. Trail to Algonquin so far, in terms of grade and steepness, not that bad, but it's going to get progressively steeper as you go on. Now, between Marcy and Algonquin, New York's 2 5,000 footers. Algonquin is usually considered the tougher climb because it has about as much vertical gain as Marcy in a much shorter distance. And just a little tidbit for you, Algonquin is named so because it sat on the Algonquin side of an informal boundary between Algonquin and Iroquois lands. A little history tidbit for you. On we go, the summit of a final northeast 5,000 footer. The trail has picked up in grade a little bit, and also driving here on certain parts of the hike, the fall foliage is actually pretty good. Even better, hopefully, it will be now with this cold snap in the rain. Time will tell. Alright, in terms of mileage, we gotta be at least halfway there, because we're hauling some serious ass. In terms of vertical gain though, still got a fair amount of that left. foot trail. It's a ski trail. Definitely do not want to go to that. Alright, first scramble I'll hike right here. Climb up this and then go around that way. Because it's wet, I don't want to take any chances, so I'll meet you further up this thing. A little brook crossing here. During really wet weather, I bet that'd be like a spectacular cascade. And now it's kind of mostly a trickle. But what are you gonna do? No camping beyond this point. It's also in French for our brothers and sisters north of the border. Alright, I talked to some fellow hikers. Apparently, although it supposedly is melting, Algonquin Peak still has quite a bit of snow. I got micro spikes, rope, the whole 9 yards. Wonderful you don't have to use them, but regardless, I think I'm well equipped to make it to the summit of Algonquin. Now, our next checkpoint is a junction with the Wright Peak spur path. Wright Peak is another 46er. Assuming nothing interesting happens, I'll meet you. As you can hopefully see right here, the first of what is apparently going to be a fair amount of snow for this time of year. The last day of September, we're seeing snow. Although, like, the snow is dripping off the trees really fast and really hard. So maybe by today or tomorrow they'll be all gone. Assuming we don't get more. Alright, we've come to another scramble. That sign right there basically essentially marks the alpine zone where the weather can start to get iffy. Now, what a lot of people seem to have been doing today actually is just going to Wright Peak, because apparently Algonquin Peak is just too snowy. Okay, we want to go that way. Now, I actually have microspikes gloves, so I should be fine. Anyway, I'll navigate after this and meet you further up toward Algonquin Peak. Hello, winter. You know, it's going to be back up in the 80s next week. God, I miss snow. Not gonna lie, I had my summer fun. I'm ready for some snowy winter hiking. Snow in September. Gotta love it. Or hate it, depending on what your take on winter weather is. Just incredible. Boy, am I getting muddy. Yeah, and there's a Adirondack High Peak Summit steward I talked to. There's a diner in Keene that I gotta check out. They serve breakfast all day and close at 9 p.m. So I'm definitely getting my post-hike meal there. Eggs, bacon, home fries, oh my god. Anyway, let's focus on the task at hand. Up to Algonquin we go. Alright, we got a bit of a steep scramble up here. I think this is the steepest part of the trail thus far. And the rocks in the Adirondacks, thankfully, seem to be more grippy than the rocks in the whites. And that summit steward I talked to was there to confirm it. So if we're going down, traction should be too much of an issue. Anyway, up we go. Alright, beyond this sign, alpine zone. Stay off the plants, bundle up well. I think it's safe to say we're above tree line now. And man, they're right about there being a lot of snow up here. Hard to believe it's probably all going to melt by next week once the temperature shoots back up again. I think looks like we don't have that far to go, but The sun is pretty obscured by clouds. Anyway, assuming that there's something interesting happens, I'll show it to you. Welcome to the summit of 5,115-foot Algonquin Peak, located in the high peaks area of the New York's Adirondack Mountain Park. We started at the Adirondack Loj, took the Van Hovenberg Trail to the McIntyre Range Trail and took that here. About 4 miles one way, 3,000 feet of elevation change. Down low is pretty wet, not really any snow, but as I got higher up, it got pretty snowy and pretty slick. I might actually have to use a microspikes going down this thing, if anything, as a precaution. So, not much of a view. Got no view at all whatsoever. Just stick around here, hopefully it clears up. If not, let's go down. If it clears up after I leave, I'll just suck it up. So, take some pictures from here. And I'll meet you back at the trailhead, assuming nothing interesting comes up. Alright, we're back at the Adirondack Loj parking lot, although our car is parked maybe 2/3 of a mile down the Lodge Road. We hiked Algonquin Peak today via the Van Hovenberg and McIntyre Range trails. First half was pretty easy, second half it got progressively steeper. Eventually got scrambling near the top and popped out about tree line. Very winter-like weather. A lot of snow and ice here at the top, at least for this time of year. And the temperature and the wind chill are actually below freezing. This is actually kind of neat, because today it's still September, the last day of September, but still. This is also my 6th Adirondack high peak, and I've now hiked every mountain in the northeastern US over 5,000 feet in elevation. Round trip distance was 8 miles with about 3,000 feet of elevation gain. So, as always, thank you for watching my newest installment in my Taste of Winter series, and I'll see you on my next adventure.